Have you ever come face to face with a bear? If you have, you know just how terrifying that experience can be. These hulking beasts are incredibly strong and dangerous, being able to rip human and animal flesh quite easily. Today's video is all about unfortunate animals that engaged in violent skirmishes with bears. So, here are 10 unbelievable bear attacks and interactions caught on camera. Number 10. Bear versus seal. Seals are one of the favorite meals for polar bears because they provide the perfect amount of nutrition necessary for these bears to keep warm in extreme conditions. Even though capturing a seal can be difficult, the prey can hardly fight back once bears get their paws on them. Here, the seal is swimming just under the ice sheet, and the bear above has spotted it. Now, it's a matter of making the move at the perfect time. Too soon, and the seal will escape. Too late, and the bear will fail to capture the animal. But this polar bear is an experienced hunter that takes the leap right at the perfect instant. It jumps into the ice sheet and literally drags the seal out through the bear-sized hole. Tonight, the predator can sleep with a full belly. In this one, the polar bear looks to be in a pitiable state. It has not had a meal for weeks and is starving. But just then, it spots a seal resting, obvious to the bear's presence. The carnivore moves slowly and swims in the freezing water to inch closer to the unaware seal. Stealth is crucial here, as the seal can escape as soon as it is alerted of the danger. Very carefully, the bear reaches the designated ice shelf, and just as it is about to get up, the seal notices it and quickly moves into the water. The bear dives right after it. Amazingly, the bear manages to kill the target underwater and then carry it back to the ice. In this one, a polar bear can be seen swimming in the icy waters, but it isn't swimming alone. Instead, it is lugging along a seal that it has likely captured and killed. Soon, it drags the other animal onto the ice, and you can clearly see the trail of blood left behind. This video is also a testament to just how strong the polar bears are to be able to swim while tugging a seal's corpse. Number 9. Bear attacks deer. Deer present almost no challenge as prey to bears. Not only are bears larger, they are also extremely quick for their size. This speed can aid when hunting an animal, such as deer that can outrun a lot of other predators. In this clip, a desperate mother bear is looking for food to feed her hungry cubs. You can see the cubs on the trees, while the mother is on the ground planning a hunt. A deer fawn is all alone with no one to look over it. The mama bear realizes this opportunity and quickly gives chase after the young animal. Even though the fawn gives the bear a runaround for quite some time, eventually it lands right inside its jaws. Perhaps a more experienced deer could have escaped in this situation, but the fawn simply didn't have the expertise necessary. The fawn in this one seems to be injured or sick. It cannot get up or walk, and its mother watches over it. However, in the wilderness, if you can't move, you are a prime target for predators. While the fawn seems to be out of danger during the day, the situation changes when darkness falls. Even with the mother deer standing on watch, a bear simply sneaks in and assaults the injured fawn. Before the mother deer has the opportunity to protest, the bear simply carries the fawn away for a quick and simple dinner. The misfortune of deer fawns just doesn't seem to end. Here, a bear has already captured one and is in the middle of tearing into the animal's flesh. The fawn doesn't stand a chance in this scenario and can only lie there as the bear eats it alive. Number 8. Bear attacks wild pigs. Some wild pigs can grow to enormous sizes and provide ample nutrition to bears. That's why hunting these animals is not wasted effort on the part of a bear. A drove of pigs are running across in the darkness when suddenly you see why the pigs are terrified. A huge bear appears out of nowhere and captures the piglet lagging behind the group. Well, that's the end for that little piggy. But not all pigs are as easy to claim, even for a bear. In this one, a black bear tries desperately to drag a wild pig away, but the size and strength of the pig is considerable. The bear grabs hold of the pig's neck, but there is just too much fight left in the hog. However, you can clearly see that there's a huge wound on the pig's body, which is why it fails to capitalize even after the bear loses its grip a couple of times. Perhaps this pig is fighting purely out of instinct now. In the end, the bear actually walks off, being unable to drag the hog off, but the pig doesn't look like it's going to survive its injuries either. Number 7. Bear versus reindeer or caribou. Although related to normal deer, reindeer and caribou are substantially bigger. They also have sturdy horns for defense. But a bear doesn't really care about all this. For them, the bigger the prey, the better. The reindeer in this clip realizes the danger it is in and makes a desperate attempt to lose its attacker in the water. But it simply isn't a better swimmer than the polar bear. The pursuer quickly catches up to the fleeing reindeer and drags it back, bit by bit, to the banks. By this point, the bear's grip on the reindeer's neck has probably paralyzed it. Now, all that's left is to strip the carcass of all its meat. This caribou has decided it isn't going down without a major fight. When the grizzly comes at it, the caribou charges at its attacker and rams it with its horns. The bear is immediately pushed back with immense power. But this bear doesn't just rely on brute strength to hunt, but also on perfect technique. As the caribou lashes out, the bear finds an opening and gets a secure bite on its neck. Even with all its jumping and struggling, the prey simply can't get rid of the bear's jaws. Soon, the animal is downed in the water, and the bear has made its kill. Number 6. Bear versus bear. Bears are fiercely territorial creatures, and this often leads to infighting. To mark their territories, bears often rub their fur against trees. Any other bears that trespass in the area may be in for a brutal fight. That's just what takes place in this clip. Two huge bears are fighting over who owns this patch of land. Each of them stand up straight to make themselves look bigger and more threatening. And they also deliver vicious bites to each other. You can almost feel the source in those bites and how damaging they can be. Finally, one of the bears surrenders and backs off. It hugs a tree to show that it has had enough. Truly, a remarkable interaction captured on camera. In this one, two mother polar bears get into a scuffle with each other, with their cubs surrounding them. It's total panic as the cubs run for cover, seeing the two adults clash. One of the cubs seems to be a bit of a daredevil as it tries to protect its mother and launches itself at the opponent. Fortunately, before it could get hurt, the cub's mother quickly moved it backward before resuming the fight. Number 5. Bear versus elk. Elks are even bigger than caribou and reindeer, and that makes these animals the perfect meals for bears. Like the other animals in the deer family, elks are often ripped apart while they are alive by these ferocious bears. This one is particularly heartbreaking to watch, as it's an elk calf that has been captured by the bear. Unlike big cats and many other predators, bears have no trouble eating an animal while it still breathes. In this one, the bear has decided to do just that. So, until the elk calf breathes its last, it must go through excruciating moments of seeing itself being consumed alive. This time, it's an adult elk meeting a similar fate. A huge bear is dragging it away from a roadside while also assaulting it. The elk's movements are lethargic and slow, which can mean that it's close to being paralyzed due to the attack. Even though the elk writhes, it's simply no match for the bear here. Number 4. Bear versus wolves. While bears don't prey on wolves, these two animals are often at loggerheads with one another. This is primarily because they compete for the same foods in shared habitats. This competition can often compel bears to lash out at wolves. This clip shows that fights between the two animals aren't just limited to the wild. This face-off occurs in a Dutch zoo, where 3 bears capture a wolf and torture it brutally. While other members of the wolf's pack are nearby, they can't do much, especially when it's 3 large bears. So, without any interference, the bears kill the captured wolf. But why would the zoo authorities keep the bears and the wolves in the same enclosure? That's just a recipe for disaster. In this one, the tables have turned. It's one bear versus a whole pack of wolves. And you can see just how fast things change due to the numbers game. While the bear does try to hold its own, the wolf pack works as one and eventually drives the bigger animal away. Well, that's one way to thwart a bear. Simply don't allow it to gain the upper hand. Number 3. Bear versus cougar. But they share animosity with bears for the same reason as the wolves. They are competitors. A bear and a cougar come face to face in this clip, and neither is ready to give up or back down. The bear stands upright to show off just how big it is, but the big cat doesn't look too intimidated. In fact, initially, the cougar lashes out, and it's the bear that seems to be on the back foot. But after exchanging a few blows from their respective paws, the cougar realizes that it can't hope to win this fight. The bear is simply too big and strong. Number 2. Bear catches fish. Bears love fishing and can munch down a number of them at one go, but sometimes catching them can be tricky, especially since bears don't have access to fishing gear. In this clip, the bears are near the waterfall and looking to catch fresh fish just as they jump out of the water. However, due to the precarious position of the rocks and the immense speed of the water, this is easier said than done. During the first few tries, the fish leaping out of the water are just a tad too far for the bears. Eventually, one unlucky fish jumps as if aiming for the bear's mouth. Now that's a truly impressive catch. Number 1. Bear versus tiger. Tigers can target sloth bears in times of desperation and when the big cat is starving. Such an attempt is never free from risks. Unlike tigers' more regular prey, a sloth bear can severely injure or even kill the big cat. This tiger sneaks into position behind the unaware sloth bear. However, it must wait for the perfect opportunity before attacking. Suddenly, the sloth bear turns and spots the tiger. It immediately gets back and stands upright. That's clearly a warning and an offensive gesture. The tiger thinks so too and immediately backs away. So, long story short, don't mess with bears. They aren't cuddly like the toys you play with, and annoying them can very easily cost you your life. Unfortunately, the animals on the bear's radar don't have that option and fall prey to them in vicious attacks. So, which of these clips did you enjoy watching the most? Tell us in the comments. Don't forget to like the video and share it with friends and family. Also, if you are new here, make sure you subscribe and turn on all notifications using the bell icon. After all, you wouldn't want to miss any updates from our channel, would you? We'll see you soon in the next video. But until then, take care and have a great day ahead. Goodbye.